Imagine it, a monster movie that actually focuses on the monsters. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we discuss Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong stars legendary monsters Godzilla and Kong. It also stars Alexander Skarsgård and a couple of other humans, large and small, who aren't really that interesting or important or necessary, to be honest. And while the second major insertion of humanity in the form of our recklessness acts as a kind of catalyst for various plot points, again, this isn't really anything new. Overall, though, the role of people in this film is largely reduced to science-y exposition and reactionary commentary. So if you're expecting much more than that from the human side of things, you'll be sorely disappointed. Godzilla vs. Kong is a monster movie, and on that, it fully delivers. The film was directed by Adam Wingard, whose prior work includes Blair and Death Note. You'd think he might be a little bit out of his depth here, but he comes through by highlighting what matters most in a monster movie, the sheer spectacle of it all, the thing fans asked for, gigantic beast apex titans battling it out with all their might on land and at sea. Speaking of which, the set pieces for these fights were freaking amazing, especially the quintessential downtown throwdown on the streets of Hong Kong. The lighting, color choices, the sound design, and the cinematography, and the overall aesthetic for each of these scenes really played up the enormity and magnificence of these creatures in terms of their sheer size and raw power. The CGI was also quite impressive. The rendering for Godzilla and Kong was so finely detailed. They actually appeared better to me than they did in the trailer, with greater texture and added realism. So much so, they each also seemed to convey more personality and emotion than Rey in the entire Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy. The encounters between the two were incredibly gratifying, and not just because we saw Godzilla and Kong utterly destroy everything in their path. As mentioned earlier, we've seen Kong's humanity on display before. Here, we get even more complex emotions and growth, a progression of his character in a way one might not necessarily expect in this particular storyline. And the same can be said for Godzilla, albeit to a slightly lesser extent. Some things I didn't care for about this film did include what felt like the forced role of humans in it. Their dialogue was stiff and predictable, as if there was an effort to make them appear significant to some degree, but the film just failed to actually deliver on that point. Godzilla was a bit underappreciated in this film as well, and Kong fans might argue a tad overpowered. I did see complaints about the creatures in terms of scale as well, but I mean, has there ever really been much consistency there? I also do miss the stop motion animation of the past. Say what you will, but those miniatures used in earlier films offer a certain flair that films today simply don't have. Still, Godzilla vs. Kong did a great job of showing off the intelligence and nobility of these characters, as well as their brute strength and ferocity. It may not have all the magic of the past, but for times like these, it did offer the two most important things: entertainment and escapism. What more can one really ask for? Godzilla vs. Kong is definitely a film I would highly recommend, especially if you get a chance to catch it in theaters. This is the kind of film they were built for. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.